Hello, it's Jang here with a look at the LEGO Nexo Knights Ultimate Robin figure and power-ups pack. Right now Robin has equipped the Mech Master Nexo power, so let's see what that does for him. In the toy form, it gives him this huge ultra armor setup, which has a couple of spring-loaded shooters, one on either side. Kind of makes it really tough for him to hold his shield though, because he's already a small character, and this kind of gets in the way, keeps him from being able to move the shield off to the side. Obviously these are able to actually shoot, but they're also able to change in direction, so you can kind of use them as turrets. However, because they are so heavy, he's always going to be falling back, so if you start to lean these a little bit farther forward, then it needs to lean back a little bit farther, just kind of in reaction to that. But it's supposed to be something really extreme that's unexpected, but it's also able to transform because these two sides are on ball joints. You can do it like this. Basically it turns it into a mech for him, a walker. So even though he's small, now he becomes effectively very large on the battlefield. However, in the game, it doesn't do anything like this. It does conjure up just a brief kind of hologram of his ultra armor, but then it just drops a Squire bot onto the battlefield who works for you and does just a little bit of damage. So it's actually a really weak power in the game. The second Nexo power here is Storm Dragon, and that includes some extra parts, so let me get those equipped. With the physical toy here, you change out the colors of the bolts that you use with the Ultra Armor, and those are basically turning it into electrical charges rather than fire or laser based charges. You also get some static electricity that can emanate from him directly, and this has a little bit of a tie-in to how it works in the game, except in the game you don't get the Ultra Armor at all. It works like all of the other dragon powers. It just leaves its own elemental power as an area effect wherever you have walked while it is active. So you continue to do electrical damage in your wake, basically. This last Nexo power here is called Chicken Power, and it's meant to be taken as a joke, but it's actually quite very serious. In physical form here, Robin gets armored up with a helm, the only situation where he actually ends up getting a helm out of this set, and you just change out, you know, the shield insert, of course, and he gets a couple of poultry legs to use as weapons to throw, or he can eat them for health. In game, however, you do get the poultry legs, but they're at the end of a rain of giant eggs that fall from the sky and do a bunch of damage, and you get a lot of poultry legs, which give you a lot of health. Even at level 1, you get a ton of health, and they just stay there on the battlefield. So if you don't pick them all up, you can just continue to take damage and then go pick up one more and, you know, get a lot of health back. And they actually persist throughout an entire battle. So it's actually a very, very extremely helpful Nexo power to get. Here's a closer look at Aaron just by himself, just the figure, so you can see how that appears without all the extra stuff attached to him, but still a whole lot of stuff that's covered up here with just the main armor piece. Let me take that off. And there you get a clearer look at his torso with the chicken emblem on it, and nice bright medium azure colored arms, and a little bit of, I think that's dark azure color. Maybe it's supposed to be medium. Ends up being a little bit darker. That's printed on the blue there. Also has some silver in there, so you get some nice shininess to it. It's a really nice looking torso, actually. I like the color scheme. It's different. It's not something that you see all that frequently as a color combination from LEGO. No alternate face on the back of this head. So in toy form, this is a fairly awkward thing, but I think that this right here is about the best way to set up Robin to make it a good playable experience. You know, if you want to use the spring-loaded shooters here, you can just kind of imagine him blasting up and then just fire out kind of from the feet and then bring him back down to the ground. It's just a lot easier to use that way rather than having these facing towards the front, and I think he looks better having the helm on like this as well, and then just choose whichever Nexo power, you know, looks good to you or you just kind of want to use imaginatively. Let me know what you think about this set and what your favorite power is here, or your favorite combination of items that come with the set. Thank you for watching. Thank you in advance for your feedback, and I'll talk to you again soon.